This is Webster's 1828 dictionary and Webster's 2001 dictionary, and we're looking at how the definitions of words have changed. Happiness, the agreeable sensations which spring from the enjoyment of good. 2001, happiness, good fortune, pleasure, contentment. Now this is subtle, but I want to draw your attention to the fact that there is something required of us for happiness in the first definition. If you watch the first lecture, you understand a lot more about what Blackstone had to say about it and what the Declaration means and why that word is so critical. It's being thrown all over the place today. But you can see that the definition is written differently. It used to be that you had to do something to feel happiness, and now it's just good fortune. You're just lucky because it's pleasurable. Another one, by the way, and I don't know if I say this in the article or not, I just looked up words that we were using in the course. It's not like I combed through both dictionaries trying to find words that were dramatically different. I use both of them when I study. I own the 1828 dictionary. One of our students found it online and uses it online. It's a fabulous resource. He quotes the classics all the time. He'll give you a word, he'll give you a definition, and then he'll quote some great thinker on it.
Generally, he has a verse in the Bible.
He'll often have a Bible verse. Sometimes they're the same. Sometimes they haven't changed much. Aberration is one of those, or aberration, however you say that. But these are words that we were using in the course, so I looked them up and they're quite different. In a general sense, the cause, source, or origin of anything, a truth admitted either without proof or considered as having been before proved, an axiom or established principle, a general truth, a law comprehending many subordinate truths, as the principles of morality, of law, of government. This is also fascinating. If you spend very much time in the 1828 dictionary, so many of the definitions incorporate government. It was just what they thought about. It was what they were talking about. A principle of human nature, which is also something we talk about, especially with Austrian school, is a law of action in human beings. 2001, this isn't the whole definition, but this was the essence of it. An accepted or professed rule of action or conduct. Again, it's subtle. In 2001, everybody just says it's a principle, so it is. Everyone accepts it. It's professed. We say that it's a rule of conduct. But in 1828, it was the truth. It was a law. It was true for all people all the time. It wasn't professed or subjective. This, of course, goes back to relativism, which is also talked about in the course. All right. Another one, educate. To inform and enlighten the understanding, to instill into the mind principles of arts, science, morals, religion, and behavior. What are the principles of education we've already discussed today? That education should enlighten the mind, improve the individual, and teach principles. To educate children well is one of the most important duties of parents and guardians. Another principle of education starts with the parents, that is under debate at the current day, but that's educate. 2001, to develop the faculties and powers of a person by teaching, instruction, or schooling. And then the next several definitions use the word training over and over again, which is how we started out this discussion, that it is now, to educate is to just make them smarter by training them. Okay, so that's a really essential difference. So words do change. It's important to look up words, especially as you go into this course and you're reading some of these authors, some of these, you're going to read Benjamin Franklin, you're going to read John Quincy Adams. Take the time. Think, maybe he means something different by this. What does he mean?
Responsibilities in the two definitions have changed.
Absolutely.
1828 is the responsibility of parents.
Yes.
And 2001 is the teacher.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the student has no ownership. It's an ownership issue. It's a freedom issue. Who's in charge of my education? It's external. It's out there. It's someone else who's going to spoon feed me. It's not internal.